Okay, two things: fear and failure. Those are two things that go hand in hand. You don't have one without the other. And unfortunately, as people, we have become so afraid, so fearful of things in life that we are prepared to sit and do nothing, not knowing that by sitting and doing nothing because you're afraid to fail, you have already failed because you have not done anything. You have not set any goal. You can only fail if you have set a goal for yourself, not what the people have set for you. The goal that you set for yourself, and when you don't achieve that goal, then you can say, I have failed. Then with fear, fear is something good. It forces you to be so afraid to fail, so much that you push yourself beyond your limits to make sure that you achieve what you have set to achieve. So sometimes we get this mentality of, I'm scared to try something. What will people say? Forgetting that when you try that thing, you will set a goal for yourself and you will have a measure of success, meaning that you will define your own success. You will say, this year, I want to win 20 matches out of 50. So if you win those 20 matches and not winning the league, you are still successful because you have met your goal. Yes, Tom, Dick, and Mary will run around saying you have failed. But the sad thing about them is that they do not know what your goal was. So they will say a certain team has failed this season, but they do not know what was the goal that that team has set for themselves. Maybe that team said, guys, we just need to get to the top 4. Anything beyond that will be a bonus. So you cannot say that team has failed. That team has achieved if they get to the top 4. So it's important to set a goal for yourself, not for other people, a goal for yourself that then you can measure yourself against. With fear, fear is good. It will push you so much to make sure that you achieve that goal. And let us not be afraid of not achieving our goals. Losing is also good. Failing is good in life, because when you fail, it is only when you get to learn things. You start to try new things. You experiment on new things. Failure is there to teach you. I don't remember a team that said, from this win, we have learned the following. But from a loss, we learn so much things. We go back and say, okay, what do we need to do better next time? What did we not do right? We get to interrogate things that we would have not even bothered about if we had won. Because in winning, you celebrate. You don't look back and reflect on things. That's the danger of winning. But when you lose, you get to know yourself. Your character gets tested. Your resilience gets tested. So, failure is good if it is approached positively. Same as fear. Fear is good because it is a fuel that pushes you to perform beyond your own abilities to make sure that you achieve what you have set to achieve. So sometimes I feel sad when people say, no, I don't want to do this. What if I fail? If you fail, then it means you're going to have to learn more, and you would have discovered things about yourself that you were not aware of. And we always say, what if I fail? We never say, what if I succeed? Many successful people in life, they failed many times. That is why they are successful. They failed and learned from those failures. They were so scared, they were so afraid to do things that they wanted to do. But that fear pushed them to perform beyond their limits to make sure that they succeed. You must know common sense. When we grow up, the biggest fear that we have is that I don't want to disappoint my parents. That is the biggest fear that we all have. I don't want to disappoint my parents. And that fear, it pushes us to make sure that we go to university, we get a good job, and we become good role models. So we must not say fear is something bad. Fear is something good if you approach it with a positive mind. So don't be afraid to afraid. You must not be afraid to afraid. And yes, don't be afraid to fail. Allow yourself to fail. I know there's this song that says someone you have to lose in order to win. It's good. We have to lose really in order to win, because that is when we get to know our true selves. When we lose, that is when to get to know how we perform under pressure. You will never see people having squabbles and arguing when they are achieving. But when they lose and they're under pressure, that is when the true personalities show up. So we must use fear and failure as opportunities to get to know ourselves and to propel ourselves to succeed in life.